Hey researchers, struggling with Nvivo, feeling like it's taking forever? I get it. But what if I told you there are powerful shortcuts that can literally save you hours of clicking, dragging, and hunting through your menus? Whether you are coding 10 interviews or 30, these shortcuts will cut your time in half, reduce your frustration, and help you finish your qualitative data analysis or thematic analysis faster without cutting corners. My name is Bernard Mugo. I like to refer to myself simply as an academic. In the past 3 years, I've helped more than 200 PhD students analyze qualitative data and finally complete their thesis or dissertations. In the course of helping such a large number of students, I've gained invaluable experience in the best practices that you can use to perform qualitative analysis of your interviews and be able to retrieve quality findings. Now, let's dive in straight to the time savers. Before I begin showing you the shortcuts, remember I will attach this Nvivo file and you can go practice with this Nvivo file with me. So, the first shortcut is an easy and straightforward shortcut but very essential, which is I'm in the file section, I press Ctrl A, I select everything. So Ctrl A is the first shortcut, which means that we want to select everything. Let's say I'm in the code section and I'm in this folder where I have my final themes and I want to select theme 1, theme 2, theme 3, and theme 4 and all their codes. Okay? I click on one code and press Ctrl A. Nvivo will select the highest level or the highest hierarchy automatically. And that's how I select all the themes. So Ctrl A is the first shortcut that can save you a lot of time. Let me interrupt this video for a minute and pose this question to you. Are you overwhelmed by qualitative data analysis? I've got you covered with 2 specialized services tailored just for you. But before I tell you of my services, let me start by informing you that I have an average 5-star rating from previous clients that I've worked with both in the done for you and the consulting service. Now, here are the 2 services I provide to help you in analyzing your qualitative data. Number 1, the done for you qualitative data analysis service. In this service, I handle the heavy lifting so you can focus on the bigger picture. My service includes meticulous manual coding where I code every word carefully for meaningful insights, theme development where I identify patterns that matter the most, data visualization where I produce stunning visuals that tell your data story, writing the findings report where I produce content that's ready to use for the 4th chapter of your thesis or dissertation, which is the findings section. And I also provide a walkthrough video recording, which is a step-by-step explanation of how I analyzed your data using Nvivo. The second service that I offer is the one-on-one Nvivo consulting. In this service, we hop on a video call via Microsoft Teams or Zoom, and in just a few hours, I'll help you become a pro with Nvivo. Whether you are a beginner or looking to refine your qualitative data analysis skills, I'm here to guide you every step of the way. Don't wait. Contact me today. My details in the description and in the pinned comment. Now, the second shortcut that can save you a lot of time is the cut shortcut. How do we cut in Nvivo? Maybe we want to merge 2 codes that share the same meaning. How do we cut? I press Ctrl X as we always do in other softwares. Then, how do we paste once we cut? We press Ctrl V. So these 2 go hand in hand. Ctrl A and Ctrl V. Cut, paste. Now in Nvivo, there's a problem of when we try to merge or when we try to combine 2 codes together, one code can come under the other one. So in Nvivo, most of the times when we want to correct mistakes, we use this shortcut called Ctrl Z. Ctrl Z means undo. This is another shortcut. We have looked at 3 shortcuts. Let's click on these numbers. Ctrl X, cut. Ctrl V, paste. So that's a mistake and I'll show you how to correct it. Ctrl Z, undo. So far so good. We have reviewed 4 shortcuts in Nvivo. When we want to combine, it's better to use the right click and then we select cut. And then once we select the other code, we select the different options we have, merge into selected code so that 2 codes can be merged into one. So basically that's how we do, but that's in another tutorial. This tutorial is about shortcuts. So far we've looked at 4 shortcuts. Now, let's assume we are coding a transcript in Nvivo and I've opened a transcript. We want to code this sentence and we want to assign a code. What's the shortcut that we should use? To code selection, we press Ctrl and F2. And then we get this dialog box. Let's say I want to put this code in my initial coding and I want to put it under the initial coding category. Then I click on top level code so that I can say new code and then select code selection. So if you go to my initial coding section, you can see the new code, and if I double click on it, you can see the code. So to reveal the code, instead of double clicking on it, I can use the shortcut called Control Shift and O to open the details of that code. Open code is the shortcut Control Shift O, and we get the exact code. So Control F2 or Control and F2 to create or to code selection, and then after we code, to reveal the code, Control Shift O to reveal the code. We select the code, then we press Control Shift O to open the code and to see the information that we just coded. Now, in some instances in Nvivo, we want to code a code exactly the way it appears. It's called coding in Vivo. Let's say we want to code this and we want to code in Vivo. How do we do this? Code in Vivo means the quote is also the code, okay? So I press Control and F8 and that code will be sent directly here. Every student has a different ability in the classroom. You can see this code. If I click on the code, press Control Shift O, we can see the code where it came from, and then we can always go and drag and drop the code in the right folder. So to code in Vivo or to capture a statement directly as a code, we press Control F8 in Nvivo, and that's how we code in Vivo. What if we have coded some information and we don't like that information? We can always uncode. To uncode, you highlight a certain segment that we have already coded and press Control Shift and F2, and then it's going to ask you where do you want to uncode this, and I want to select this and click OK, and it will get uncoded. So that's how we undo any bad coding in Nvivo, by pressing Control Shift and F2 at the same time. That's how we uncode any information that we don't like in Nvivo. Now, let's say we are doing initial coding, highlighting or clicking on the blank space inside Nvivo, we can create a new code during our organization. To create a new code, we simply press Control Shift and N, and we type this and call this new code. New code 123. This is a new name. New code 123. We need a new name. Normally, these are the codes or the containers we use, and we come and drag and drop codes and put them under such containers. So we normally come, drag and drop, and you see now we have a new hierarchy. That's how we create a new code in Nvivo manually. Control Shift N to create a new code. Another shortcut that you can use in Nvivo is to look at code properties. When I click on my new code and press Control Shift P, you can see the code properties. Code properties are mainly used to add a description. Like simply say this is a new code. So we add a description and we check code properties, or we want to review previous description. So we press Control Shift P to see properties in codes inside Nvivo. Let's go back to our original transcript, and let's say we want to annotate. Let's say we were coding and then we reached this point and we want to take a break and we want to know where we reached, or we want to take some notes or add some ideas as we code. To annotate in Nvivo, we press Control Shift A. We add some notes. Here is a new note. That's the shortcut for annotating in Nvivo. Control Shift and A, and that's how you annotate. So I can attach ideas. These are not codes, remember, these are notes. As I'm coding, I need maybe to write some ideas, some memos. That's how we annotate in Nvivo, by pressing Control Shift. Now, we can always make our transcripts that we have imported into Nvivo editable. Maybe you see an error and you don't want to capture that error in coding. How do we do this? By pressing Control and E. By pressing Control and E, we simply activate editing in our document. I can highlight a certain statement and delete it. So our documents or our transcripts, which we've imported in Nvivo, when we press the shortcut Control E, become editable. You can see I can be able to edit the document. Then I can turn it off by clicking on this edit button off. I can toggle with this button, and with that, I can be able to edit any errors in my transcript as I keep coding. Now, let's say that I've done coding and I've gone and visualized. For instance, let's make a hierarchy chart here, or a word cloud. So I right click and visualize. Let's make a hierarchy chart of codes. Then I choose something we call a sunburst because I like that more. Click inside. Let's say I made such a visual and I formatted it and I want to export this. We press Ctrl-Shift-E. So by pressing Ctrl-Shift-E, you are able to export any document in Nvivo and use it in your findings report. The final shortcut that we have in Nvivo is to export the coded document, where we use Ctrl-P. So Ctrl-P, if I go to Nvivo, highlight all coding here, and also here, highlight all coding stripes, so as to show the areas where I got all my codes. You can see on my right here, I have a lot of information, and I want to export this document to show that I coded. I press Ctrl-P. Ctrl-P means to print. So I can go and click OK, and I can go and save this as print1 or P1. Let's call it just P1 or participant 1, of course. And then you can see what we just exported. So let's open this document. You can see we are able to export all the areas that I was coded and the codes that I tagged them with. And that's another way, or that's another shortcut that we can use in Nvivo. I hope these shortcuts go a long way in helping you to move faster in your analysis. All the best as you do your analysis. Remember, if you are feeling stuck with your data analysis chapter, don't stress. I'm here to help. I offer done for you qualitative data analysis services using Nvivo. My done for you service includes coding, theme development, and visualization. On the other hand, if you prefer to learn and do the analysis yourself, I provide one-on-one consulting where I'll guide you step by step on how to master Nvivo in performing qualitative data analysis. Reach out right now. Check the description below for my email and link to my website. Thank you.